Hello!
Welcome to the episode 2 InVision commentary. If you press the right button, there's actually a commentary on this commentary that's not InVision, though.
Indeed. This is Gareth Edwards, the producer.
Hello. Gareth Edwards, me. I don't know who he is, though.
Well, Rob said I'm Gareth Edwards, I'm the
No,
producer.
he pointed to me.
I was extending
I'm Gareth
my
Edwards,
point.
I'm the producer.
Okay.
Who am I?
I don't know.
I'm Robert Webb. I'm not going to expect David to
Gareth
introduce
Edwards,
me.
the producer. I look very much like David Mitchell, the very talented star of the show, who's obviously far too busy to come and do this.
That was totally unnecessary and no way for an honourable man to earn a living.
This is a sketch.
The telly
Obviously,
started,
That's
yeah.
Gareth Edwards. I'm just joking.
We shot this sketch incredibly quickly. We had 40 minutes left in the day,
Yeah.
and
And it
I literally
shows.
thought we wouldn't be able to do it.
At the time, you were saying...
You can see it, David's talking quite
literally,
quickly in
we
order
could.
to get it done.
Yeah. It's also to distract from the fact that I'd written a very wordy sketch.
Yes.
Also, the writing on the walls is also a way, one might almost say an inept way of making a very wordy idea more visual.
Yeah.
With some more words.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
But-
that's cracked it.
But I'm pleased a lot of the people who've seen this sketch have said that they think it's fair point and there is a lot of this writing and things, and I'm
Because that's the most we
glad
can
of
hope
that.
for.
Fair
People
point.
say, fair point.
Fair point.
It didn't laugh,
Yeah.
but
Do you know, the older I get, the more I want people just to agree. I don't care whether they laugh. I just want, the subjugation of their opinions to mine.
Maybe we should actually call the show that Mitchell and Webb look
Subjugation.
making a
The
fair point.
subjugation of your opinions to mine. Yeah.
Selling to them is the idea that people can no longer cope with things being
yeah, it does
Yes.
go on a bit, doesn't it?
So,
hand-holding, accompanying
but yes, we shot it with 2
a
cameras,
certain sort of evil.
sort of hosing them around all over the place.
Not serial killer.
But on purpose. I mean, that was, deliberate.
Gives the
hosing.
illusion of movement when in fact
Yeah.
it's people sitting still.
But that's a technique that's used on most television.
Yeah.
We're all completely behind you on that one.
Oh yeah, I mean I actually...
In the West Wing, basically, it's all talking.
It is, it's massively
Hardly
talking.
any shooting or explosions.
Well, they don't. Yeah, it's the cameras mainly moving around them. They do a bit of moving.
They walk
Probably
round
more
long-
moving than this.
Up and
To be
down a
fair-
long corridor, they do a lot.
Yeah.
If
that
we
would
were
be-
going
this
up
would
and
be
down a long
brilliant.
corridor that happened to be there, it would be
Very
far
dynamic.
harder to shoot,
And yes.
and we wouldn't have done it in 40 minutes.
No.
With thousands of West Wing aides going, more things written on television to make it more visual.
Yep. And being read out at the same time.
Yeah. So. But I think a lot of people now, when they watch television, they're doing other things. They're surfing the
want things
internet.
right, yeah.
They're masturbating. So they want to be able to get the joke while not looking.
Government departments hate the people. Companies hate their
Of all the
stupid
sketches in the
customers.
series to masturbate to,
Everyone in the room.
This is the most likely.
I'm not sure if this is the top one.
Well, when the
Neither this one.
when the top one comes along, Rob, you be sure
Okay.
to point out at what point you're expecting
I think
people to be shoving their hands down their trousers.
I've got a good idea.
Just tell us, though. Don't do anything else.
The beginnings of Lady Moustache.
This sketch is written by Joel Morris and Jason Hazley, and is also, I think, while being funny, a sketch to which people go, "That's fair. That's fair comment.
Fair point.
Good point.
Fair point.
Good point. Well made."
Those are filthy. No wonder men long for other, less clever
Now I'm
women.
guessing that the name of the young actor there might be Jack Butcher.
I think it probably
I think
is.
that was Jack Butcher.
Yeah.
Well done, Jack.
He does a good job.
This was another one of our series of sketches done on the big white set with a sofa.
Shave and get drunk. Because you're already brilliant.
See, I think we're all at this moment thinking, wouldn't it be great to have a bathroom cabinet that always had a full pint in
That
it?
did look delicious, didn't it?
Yeah.
Was it delicious?
No, it was alcohol-free lager, which, as we all know, is not delicious.
This sketch was written by Simon Kane and is only made shootable by the fantastic advances in CGI technology. But,
Very, very good point.
Specifically, that sketch show that insisted on using nothing but CGI technology.
Yeah.
That,
it did manage to develop techniques that we have now used for this sketch.
So,
Every now and
good
again,
on them.
a nice man called Hugh would come and show us how his giant robot scorpion was getting along on his laptop, which took him weeks. But it was rather
It
marvellous.
does all look very proper.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Well, our country's been pouring a lot of money into
And
this.
we were also, Dennis, the designer, was very enthusiastic about the opportunity to hire a sort of period car, wasn't he? That,
Dennis is actually something of an expert on armoured fighting vehicles.
So that car driven in was real, unlike this.
That's not real.
That was just me putting my arm up and pulling an imaginary thing down, as you can probably tell. I mean, it's not rocket science. I mean, you know, how old was Star Wars? I mean, we all know how it's done.
I think that looks incredibly real, though. I mean, not quite
very
as
good.
real as if it was real, but pretty good.
The thing is, though, it couldn't be real.
You mean
Well, this could,
there are
but
no
the
actual
giant
death
armoured
rates?
scorpion definitely couldn't be real.
No, not
So
no,
nobody really knows
no.
what a real giant armoured scorpion would look like. It might not look that realistic. Margaret Sporer is the art director.
So that's because we can't show a genuine make of Tin Peaches because the various rival Tin Peaches manufacturers are incredibly litigious. And if you're
Yeah.
seen to show the peaches in a detrimental light, that manufacturer will sue. In a positive light, the rivals will sue.
We don't want to start another
Well, it's,
peach war.
it's undue
Yeah.
peach prominence.
Yeah. Which also means, it also refers to another thing we're not allowed to show anymore.
Was that Rob on Comic Relief?
What? What
I
happened?
think that was
Undue
plums.
peach prominence.
Yes.
Death ray not also be used to
Perform delicate eye surgery? Yes.
Now, I think Kate Benton, the excellent makeup designer, would appreciate my saying that the moustache that Rob is sporting in this sketch was put on in an unusual way.
They
Wasn't
are
it, Rob?
individual
From the
hairs.
inside.
From the inside, yes. She sewed
Pushed
them in
through
from
the
my
upper
upper
lip.
lip.
Yeah.
Do you mean that they were little sprinkly, little
It was
individual ones?
individual hairs rather than
Yeah, rather than
loads on a bit of lace.
to make it look better.
And it looks very good.
It does.
To be honest, the ones done on lace look good to me, but
Yeah.
anyway.
But
Well,
yeah.
that's the whole HD is very frightening for makeup artists because you can get away with almost nothing on HD.
Yes. HD that we were all clamouring for.
Yeah.
Give us HD.
Yeah, it's so much
Please.
funnier when it's in HD.
Well, all those comedy shows that weren't in HD, you can't make out the jokes.
No, that's true. That was the whole problem with Morecambe and Wise.
Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine Del Boy falling through the bar in HD.
Oh.
I think people would just die.
That would be
Yeah.
funny.
Yes. Very well. It was my intention to help mankind further, Mr.
This
President.
was a nightmare to shoot, though, wasn't it?
It was.
did
This
take
was
a
one
little
of-
while.
Yes.
That was the first of the 3 locations in this
Yeah.
sketch. We go over
We're only
here
a third of
now.
the way through. Ben Fuller
More-
did the most gorgeous storyboard for this
He's
as well.
very clever at that.
Ooh, look at that.
Why, by all that's...
This is sort of, yes, genuinely something you can't make out of papier-mâché.
The counter of any local convenience store. The armored scorpion of death's claws not merely aids a stacking
This
of
quite long speech was towards the end of an overrunning day, so I was quite glad to have got it in a couple of takes.
maintained by its triangular red eyes.
Well, this was a sort of classic filming day, which we don't have that many of on the
it was all the rest
show,
of it
but
was
one of those
pretty
days
smooth.
where everything takes really quite a long time and is incredibly time-consuming and frustrating.
If
And
you
then
didn't
you
want to hear
nearly
about
run
the
out of
frustration,
time.
then you shouldn't be watching this. We don't want to ruin the magic
Well, it
and
is-
say what a massive shag it was to make.
It is interesting, though, that the first sketch in this episode, the sitting around talking about tags, took about 40 minutes to shoot
Yeah.
and is about the same length as this that took a whole day.
And
Yeah.
I imagine was rather cheaper.
Oh,
yes.
certainly rather cheaper.
Help mankind, not destroy.
But yes, we spent.
So you have to do some incredibly wordy still sketches,
But
or you
actually,
don't
yeah.
get a show.
And we spent about 10 hours shooting right up until the start of this shot, and then we shot the last minute of this sketch in 1 minute.
At the point when the melons were being smacked, we were all terrified of a melon smash going wrong, because we might not get the sketch.
Remain calm and do not touch the
The voice of Mark Evans.
You're watching the British Emergency Broadcasting System. The estimated
That's
season is
grim.
the dark season. Now the surge has subsided, let's return to the quiz broadcast.
I wish we'd done a quiz broadcast in every show, but you can never really tell what the things that are going to be absolutely brilliant are.
We thought we were going to have a Captain Todger in every show, and then it turned out that only 3 of them were worth it.
All broadcastable for taste and decency reasons.
Oh, well, there's always that.
And
Was it an animal?
Could be.
Was it a country?
Equally plausible. 1 point each there. Question 2.
is it worth pointing out that this? I'll say again, this is written by Joel Morris, Jason Hazley, me, and Jonathan Dryden-Taylor?
No.
Okay, cut that out.
Was it a spice?
What's a spice?
I think it's an animal. Fair enough. 1 point each.
Oh, we're watching television now.
Yeah.
We should stop doing that.
So, interesting look there, David. You were going for that kind of slightly shiny post-apocalyptic.
Trying to get a cross
illness.
between the sort of slickness of a quiz show host and a bit of disease and tooth rot.
It's quite a specific thing to go for.
Yeah.
It's a good thing to go for, though, isn't it? The teeth
Yeah.
really offset it brilliantly.
First event, the world would have been a different place if we'd managed to keep even some of the
There's a
children.
nice bit of string that's been used
Where
to
your
repair
hanky should be.
to repair the suit. I quite like that. And the
Oh,
buttons,
right, I see.
buttons are all different on the suit. It's quite nice.
And yes,
And the
tie slightly out of alignment.
Yeah, that tie is excellent. That tie was genuinely manufactured with style in mind.
Good clip. Who found that clip?
Ooh.
Was that you or Ben or?
Well, no, we wouldn't. I don't think it was me that found it.
James Bartman there.
That's progress. Yes, unknown male, 282.
Let's hope when he becomes a very old man, he doesn't become as befuddled, bewildered and unaware of his surroundings as the character he once played, or this will become as ironic as the footage that does exist of Rod Hull climbing the mast of Broadcasting House to try and repair it.
Yeah, I can't watch that anymore without hooting with laughter. Don't
is-
look at the hair. You're supposed to be blind.
That's cost you the Oscar right there. That's Pacino.
You
Not surprised you
idiot.
didn't get that because the answer, we think, was the event. Okay, round 4, sudden death.
Good. Well done.
That was very good.
That looked like it hurt.
It's very, very
looked
hard.
like-
The studio floor, very concretey.
Very hard.
As concretey as concrete.
Have you had fun? Oh, well, I think you can go outside now.
Give it a respectful pause to that moment.
Well, it's quite moving.
This
This is a very nice house. Whose house was it? Some person's house. It was all big inside.
It was nice, wasn't it? Very big garden.
Now, we wondered whether we'd be brave enough to put this in episode 1.
In fact, it
We
was in
decided-
episode 1 for a little bit.
Yeah, and then we thought it'd be better if it went out when all the reviewers
episode 2, after all the
had
reviews have
inevitably
said
said
it's
hit and miss.
yeah. And I think this was certainly written by me and I think John
John.
Ryan Taylor, yes. And
You know, a bit pointless.
Well, it's the other writers I feel sorry for. The ones who have to,
Write the hits.
We had quite a long
so
debate
that's
about
a
whether you look.
self-deprecating joke we've done there.
Yep,
saying
that's covered our asses, hasn't
Yeah.
it? Definitely. We're both wearing our own shirts, I notice, which is because it's the end of the day and we've got our own
That's-
clothes on so that
that's
we can
not
get
my-
home quicker.
That's not mine own shirt.
Is it not, David?
No.
It was quite similar to the one you're wearing at the
It is,
moment.
yeah, but can you notice the
I
difference
get-
between that shirt and
No,
the shirt I'm wearing?
I haven't
been
developed the
ironed?
skill of making
No.
telling the difference between all of your burgundy shirts.
Gareth got it. It's been ironed.
Yes.
That's a shirt provided by the costume department.
Okay.
But they very wisely provided one very similar to the unironed
One
ones
that
I
you would
wear
wear.
in real life.
Oh.
Yes.
We had lots of fun filming this sketch because, to begin with, the bathroom mirror in this house had a beveled edge which reflected the camera and the mic, which we only realised after we'd done a couple of takes of it.
How
so we
did
had
you
to go
solve
and
that
start.
problem?
Well, we had to look all over the house for a different mirror that
Oh.
didn't have a beveled edge.
And you yanked it off the wall.
We did yank it off the wall. That's the power of television.
Yes,
there are
the
lots of
power-
people
power
standing
of-
by with rule plugs to reattach mirrors to walls.
The power of never let a film crew in your house, even
Yes,
for
I
200
probably
quid.
shouldn't have said that now.
Yes, I'm Gary Rhodes.
He's
A
not
lot
really
of
Gary
vitriol
Rhodes.
has gone into the writing and performing of the
Yes,
character.
this sketch is written by Toby Davis and Chris Pell.
Who have, for some years, have really had it in for Gary Rhodes.
Yeah.
Quite rightly.
Toby, of course, appears in the show occasionally. Chris doesn't because he's a
He's shy.
banker.
Yes,
He's a banker.
with the Royal Bank of Scotland.
Yes.
Yes, well,
so
as
he's
has
got
been
a
in the
lot
news
to answer
recently.
for.
At the time of recording, I mean, who knows what's going to happen to him?
Yes.
Ooh.
Well, yeah, exactly.
He's told me privately that he did a lot of the bad stuff.
Really?
What? Nothing. I'm fine with it. I just never.
But he doesn't like Gary Rhodes at all.
No.
We've never met Gary Rhodes.
Yeah, I'm sure he's an
quite
absolutely
charming.
lovely bloke. Well, I'm not sure.
He could be.
There's every chance he is.
It's a difficult time for the restaurant industry as well, so
Yes.
let's hope that unlike Anthony Worrell Thompson's empire of gastropubs, Gary Rhodes restaurants aren't closing hand over fist.
The initial version of this sketch that I was pitched by Toby and Chris was just an outline
was just
saying...
Gary Rhodes being beaten to death with hammers.
No, kind of almost the opposite, actually. It was...
Gary Rhodes beating us to death with hammers?
No, not the opposite in that way.
All right.
The opposite in a different way.
Anti-Gary Rhodes unbeating us to life with hammers.
Well, keep going and I'll tell you when you guess.
Okay.
That's
A cave,
that's one
and there's a
method.
blancmange in it, and then a rhino comes in and does an impression of can't think of a human.
Nah.
Tony Blair.
Tony Blair, that's it. Got it in one.
Gareth, do tell.
Okay, it was a man had...
See, this
I'm not telling you this story
You have to
now.
know Mark Evans quite well.
I'm
See, it's
bored now.
funny watching Mark Evans with long hair
Pretending to be
gay.
Also, the Gary Rhodes misspelt on the top. That's a little touch that was added.
Absolutely
by-
makes this sketch.
at the last
Smashing.
minute.
Gareth, tell us about
No, I've
the
lost
original
interest
pitch.
now.
I'm sorry,
I quite
viewers.
literally shan't.
We saved you something there, I tell you.
Wasn't shaping up well, was it?
Thanks, Andy McNabb. Bravo 2-0.
I'd just like to thank you for letting me join in with this in-picture
You're very
commentary.
welcome. Past yours!
This is-
Sorry, I always have to join in with that.
Those are my children shouting posh Jaws.
Yes. This was a bit of green screen. We weren't really, I think you can probably tell, experts can tell, we weren't actually on a sea.
Third job this month. The gunman's 5
And that was that quickie was a me and Rob sketch, and this is a Chris Reddy sketch.
bright red hair, usually wears a dinner jacket.
That's one of my favourite reveals in the whole series.
Yeah.
Running the show.
Who played the dummy?
Our team tells us the next likely target.
It's James Bartman.
I think we asked James Bottom, but I'm not sure if we could afford him on that occasion.
So that's where we're
I think we just got a dummy.
all week.
It was difficult, wasn't it, to find a jewellers to shoot a jewel heist shooty thing?
Yes,
wasn't
they
it?
were
You'd be
surprisingly
surprised.
touchy
They don't
about
want,
it.
are they terrified that it will give criminals ideas? I
Yeah.
have to say, there's something pretty damning about the criminal fraternity if they need to watch some filming to be given the idea of holding a jewel shop up.
I think it's more
They're
that
not
they've
bright,
just
though,
got
are
a thing
they?
about
With a gun.
ventriloquist
They're
dummies.
just thugs, really, aren't they?
Well, it is absolutely true, isn't it, that a lot of criminals are
are quite
mentally
stupid.
subnormal.
Yeah.
They're not all master criminals.
No.
Some of them are mistress criminals and idiot criminals.
So we're sticking it to the criminals now.
No,
Yeah,
no,
I think we
they're
should be-
too powerful. I'm thoroughly behind them and crime. Crime is good.
Do it, kids! Our police know who you are!
Oh, we had to have an armourer. Even for these
Yes.
these guns that have no bullets, and we had to employ an armourer to show you that they've got no bullets in. And actually, I wouldn't be scared of using a toy gun, but when you've got someone very seriously showing you how safe they are, it's terrifying.
They are quite heavy as well.
Yes.
Essentially, perhaps
Camp
you're
loading
scared of
actor.
armourers, but not of guns.
Yeah. Well, I had toy guns as a child. I'm sure it's
I did.
terribly
Those are
un-P-
plastic toy guns.
terribly
It was all
un-PC
fine.
now, I'm sure. I mean, your children have probably got, little copies of the
Lentils.
Geneva Convention instead to play
which
with.
they roll up and use as guns.
All right.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well done.
Joseph's contribution with a little high-pitched 2 there.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, as we all know, the city was in considerable
This is
peril.
the first Captain Todger sketch, and that is quite a costume.
Understated costume.
Now, is this the aforementioned masturbatory moment that you
Not yet.
No,
No.
okay.
No.
That's just
No.
You're fucking welcome. Right, so, okay, so...
very
there we are.
pleased with that sign.
Yes, I think that gets the job done.
No, I'm afraid Captain Todger is far too busy.
Yeah, gladly. What can I do you for, my darling?
I'd just like to ask the captain what was going through his mind when he stopped the meteorite hitting the
Obviously,
cave.
the joke
Just
here is
the,
that Captain Todger, while being basically on the side of good, is terribly un-PC, sexist, sort of casually racist, not massively racist. Only to the extent that remains funny.
Yes.
But he will stop the world being destroyed by a nucleon device by,
One
Professor
country
Bastard.
at a time, starting with
Starting
Britain.
with Britain.
England, in fact.
He might be a bit UKIP, but he's certainly not BNP.
No.
Yes. That's
Question,
fair.
my love. What are you doing later? Boom, boom.
Second to the Hennemores.
Annyeong, Hennemore.
I'm sorry, sir.
Annyeong, Korean for hello.
Yes. Now, talking about just the
Yeah.
right side of racist.
Well, I think
I think we
what
can
I
cut
would
ourselves
say,
a bit of slack because this is a spoof of
and
a
there,
70s
and there was
sitcom.
a lot of casual racism in 70s sitcoms, and
Exactly.
some less casual racism, and that's what we're lampooning.
Exactly.
In the hope that it'll never happen again.
Yes, exactly, because it
Yeah.
has stopped.
Yes,
So
this is-
there's no need to satirise it for that reason.
This is just
Yeah.
a warning from history.
It's just,
It's fine.
yeah.
Okay, sir.
On an unrelated note, my wife...
Do you think if you... That's a good point, because actually, I don't know if you've watched the History Channel, UK TV History recently. Now it's
Sometimes,
been
David,
rebranded.
especially when we're trying to write
Quite.
instead.
It's been rebranded yesterday.
Ooh.
And among their... I know.
What?
And among their... Because it's part of the whole Dave thing. And what they have on is things like... that spying drama from the 70s that Hello Hello was a spoof of. What's it called?
Oh, yeah, Secret Army.
Secret Army.
Oh, right.
And,
That was good.
And Poldark.
Good.
And I, Claudia. And basically,
So
they're
that- so not-
dramas, not history.
Right,
And
so-
so they don't seem to understand the distinction between an actual programme conveying historical facts like Time Watch
Yeah.
and some story set in the past.
Which can be any story,
Well, I mean,
really.
this
is
basically
already
would
dated.
qualify
stories.
Yeah.
for yesterday.
They haven't called it Yesterday. It's not.
No,
not- right.
they've
they
missed
haven't
the
gone
trick
that
there,
far.
haven't they?
They could have done.
But they have called Dave +1 Dave Javu.
Oh,
It's quite good, isn't
I
it?
think they've done quite
yeah,
well.
yeah.
there.
No, I genuinely like that.
Well,
It's
shows some ambition that I didn't realise
it's
Dave wa-
officially it's officially the channel's first joke that they haven't nicked off someone else.
was it a joke made by the BBC chosen by Dave?
No, in this case it was owned by the BBC, chosen by
Good,
Dave.
good.
Now, I have never seen the film Taxi Driver.
Ooh.
Well, I remember this. I mean, that, as you can
There's
tell,
no
that is
need to now.
that's a very heavy gun, which is why it was trembling slightly. My little stick arms coming out.
And thanks to
Hazel.
Hazel.
Hello, Hazel.
Well done,
Hazel,
Hazel.
I think we found the moment.
Hooray!
Of course. It would be
The beautiful.
ungallant to say otherwise.
Exactly.
Yeah, but that was very, very good of her to do that.
Yes, she's been a good egg and a supporter.
It's been me life. I've been obsessed with it my whole life.
Very nice to bring these snooker commentators back. Yeah,
Quite right. That's a real proper joke.
we missed them.
Very nicely shot, this sketch
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah. Was it now? Oh.
And of course, the original version of this sketch runs for 2.5
13.
hours.
Yeah, but we've cut it down to
Yeah.
just the
Yeah.
tight 7 minutes.
The tight 7 minutes, yeah.
It is.
Also,
And all
it's one
the
of those-
pauses are available as a DVD extra.
It's one of those things where, yeah, when we get into the proper snooker playing, it relies on being unbelievably slow, but it's a question of how slow to go too slow.
Well, is it like,
That
it's
makes
one of
any
those things
sense.
where it's something funny and then you repeat it and it stops being funny and then you carry on repeating it and it becomes funny again. And you can do
It
the same
shows-
with pauses.
You need a bit of nerve.
Yeah, yes, it has to be extremely long or short.
Yes.
Yeah,
There's no middle ground.
yeah.
What are your memories of the 75 final?
Voice of Mark Evans there. And we wrote the sketch, didn't we, Rob?
Yes, we did.
Yes.
Had you just finished watching some snooker? I know that's
Probably.
quite
We're just
often
about to go and
part
watch
of your
watch a quick
preparation.
Antiques Roadshow on yesterday. Or the UK TV history, as it was then called.
Presumably one day in the future, this sketch won't be allowed to be repeated because we're smoking in it. And
That's
there'll be a law
true.
against that.
Law
Yeah,
against
on
even
television.
seeing it.
Yeah.
The very smoke you're watching
Could
is
kill you.
carcinogenic through your eyes.
My go. It was the longest final in Crucible history, which is particularly impressive because in those days it was just a best
And
of 3.
That
One-
paunch isn't quite as convincing as it used to be.
Now, I was going to mention that, and I thought I would spare
That would be rude
I would spare
to the wardrobe
costume department's
Oh,
blushes.
well, they're going to have to
but, yeah.
take it.
I hope they've noticed that I was the one with the restraint there. So,
This
watching
took
this.
a few goes.
You got
Not
it.
as
No,
many,
you
not as,
got
many
it.
as it might have done.
I was very impressed.
I think that was on the third or fourth go.
and what for non-snooker fans, one of the targets of this sketch is the fact that snooker back in the early 80s and 70s was a little bit less exciting
less
than it is
clean
now.
cut.
Some would
Yeah.
say less exciting even than it is now.
Yeah.
Others.
And they really were drinking and smoking whilst they were playing this sport.
If you've
It
ever
seemed
watched
normal at the time, but
the
it just
first
didn't.
televised 147, remind me who that is. The
Cliff
Canadian
Thorburn?
Cliff Thorburn takes about 40 minutes or something, and then Ronnie O'Sullivan did one in 5.
Because he didn't have to stop for, cigars and champagne.
Some insulin.
Yeah.
It wasn't unusual in those days for a player to need a little bit of CPR.
Yeah, so we're only slightly exaggerating.
Yeah.
Well, a bit.
We had all sorts of ideas for the CPR scene, didn't we? I think James was going to come on smoking a cigarette.
Yeah.
Which seemed
James
very funny.
James was full
But
of
then
ideas and input.
slowed the
but
thing
just
down.
Add another half an hour to the whole process.
I will say that I think the makeup people have done very well, making us look a bit old and fucked in the 70s ones, but not as,
not quite as much as...
A little bit more hair I've got there, but not...
Yeah.
That's a very nice wig, isn't it? You should have your hair like that.
I will. It's rather sweet. They're a team.
Yeah.
In between them, then. In the end, of course, famously, we shared the title that year.
This was Shepperton, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
After only 2 weeks.
For me, that was the moment when I thought, Thatcher, bring it on. And I've never paid tax since. Joke. Cut that out.
Right,
Hooray.
this could be one of the shortest, most expensive sketches.
Yeah. That bald cap took ages for Rob to have fitted, obviously. And that my Mountbatten costume was specially made.
All worth it.
For that.
All
There you go.
worth it.
Thanks to the unique way.
Johnson, have you sent for Monsieur Voiron?
This is a Toby Davis Chris Powell sketch.
Yeah. One of my favourite sketches, actually.
Yeah.
But in
and
particular,
very well executed with the...
As you can probably tell, was quite tricky to do.
we had
that's terribly well
a man
done.
who looked really an awful lot like David standing in for one of the Davids here.
See,
And then Ben
yeah.
transferred his head on, transferred the real David's head onto it later. I haven't explained that at all well.
Really? So that's
I don't
another
think he
bloke's
did the
body?
head. I think he
don't-
divided the screen vertically.
You're quite right.
Yeah.
Except the arm.
Yes, the art. Yes.
Someone else's arm.
Somebody else's arm, yes. But essentially what happened during the filming of this sketch was everybody else in the entire crew didn't quite understand what was going on except for Ben Fuller, the director, who had to say, trust me, it's going to be fine, about 112 times.
I had the terrible shits
You
that
were
day.
very ill.
I had like a real horrible virusy thing. I was feeling, sweaty and having to go to the toilet a lot.
It
So
just sort of felt racked up my street. That's excellent.
I should be playing one of these. You can't do both.
There's plenty of other parts, Robert. You could play Nikolai if you want.
Oh, cheers. I don't want to be Nikolai. I want to do one of these.
But it just so happens that captains and detectives are my thing. I play very high status and...
Oh, I don't believe this.
Possibly my own personal wank moment might be coming up. There we go.
Marvellous. That's nailed it. That's Ben Fuller's hand,
What? This is completely just...
not Rob's hand. Ben is hiding behind Rob, putting his hand on his shoulder.
nice freeze frame.
We had that freeze frame.
There we are. These are some names.
Another episode of
all
that.
the people. Well, thank you for watching
Well
this.
done.
Lots of people involved in making telly, aren't
Isn't
there?
it?
There's no future in it.
No.